What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's the Dad Bod Golf Pod, episode 24. What's up, fellas? Ben, Nate, how's it going?
Good.
Ben, I like your hat.
Top button may just be for some of us, just for one day, but for some of us, it's a lifestyle.
My neck's a little too girthy to go top button on this shirt. Blood may rush to my head. I could pass out. So we have to let it air out today with this shirt.
You know, that's one argument that I have. How come all golf shirts that are made out of the same material don't fit the same? Can we not find us a standard model that you put
universal golf shirt fit?
Yeah.
Yes.
That just has the different logos on it. I mean, can we not do that?
I think if you stick to one brand, you probably can pull that off. But there's a lot of different.
Do you remember when Under Armour first came out? With us being in Auburn, we might as well say it. That was like the big thing. Everybody bought Under Armour shirts, and when they first came out, everyone was way too big. And then Under Armour was like, "Okay, we'll fix that." And then you put it on, and like an extra large fit like a medium, and it's like, "Okay, bro, you've overcorrected." Yeah. And now they can't get it right.
I cannot remember
Ben's
that,
hat is just so large and in charge. Like every time he pops on the screen, just smash,
Hulk smash. I love it.
Smash a tee shot.
It looks awesome though. I like it. I want one.
I like it. The only thing it's like my winter golf hat because it's one of those wool hats. It's not like sweat proof. You would sweat all through it, man.
Probably in the winter, Kyle would sweat all through it too.
Yeah.
Kyle, I'm a sweaty guy. I'm a sweater. I run hot. That's why I couldn't button it up because then it would be just rushing my head, sweat pouring.
Hey, let me just say, you look good. You look good. You look stylish.
Thanks,
you look great, man.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Hey,
that's that new Swannies, baby.
See, it's so cool because you can think that you're wearing a gray shirt and then you go, boom, got the two-toned.
Two-toned.
That's got the little.
I've been waiting for that reveal.
That's got the S on the collar, right? Doesn't it?
Oh yeah. I can't really see it on my own screen, but
that's tight, man. Right.
I like it.
Nice.
Looks good. Looks good. So one story that we missed talking about the Wyndham Championship this past weekend, which is probably the most Dad Bod Golf Pod type story that came out of the weekend. Wednesday during the Pro-Am, J.R. Smith, who's big buddies with Chris Paul, who's from that area. He's J.R. Smith, if you remember, he followed LeBron everywhere he went, won championships with LeBron. He's the meme when LeBron is holding his hands up. So those who are wondering, which one was he that played with LeBron? It's the guy that went the wrong way. And he had no idea what the score was.
He had no clue. Yeah. So that's him.
Yep. So he comes out and says that I think he's like 38 years old, 37, 38, somewhere like that, upper 30s. And he said that he was going to go play college golf. He had gone through the NCAA clearinghouse. He's going to be attending, correct me if I'm wrong, North Carolina A&T.
He's 35. Yes, North Carolina
he's
A&T.
35. Okay, yeah, yep. Mid-30s, North Carolina A&T, and he's going to be a collegiate golfer. And I think that's a pretty interesting talking point to go off of. Mm-hmm. I think he said he carries like a 5 handicap. It did not say if he would be on scholarship or not. I mean, what do you guys think about that story?
I mean, how are you're going to make J.R. Smith walk on to your golf team? Come on.
Well, I mean, he can afford to pay. I mean, golf scholarships. He's got plenty of money. I mean, at least they ought to. I mean, they could give him like an honorary spot with the largest, if he gives a large donation, which it sounds like maybe he's done. He may get help. Ray Allen's the one that convinced him to do this after a trip that they took, like a golf trip they took, and they got to thinking about it. And they were like, hey man, you've got eligibility left. Like you came out early. So you should reach out.
He never went to college.
No.
Yeah. He never went to college. So he's still got 5 years to play for in theory, really any sport except for basketball. So it's interesting. The scholarship thing is where I might have a little bit of an issue. And here's the reason. Golf scholarships are, especially for men, are sort of hard to come by. They're very competitive. They're very, very competitive. Even at that level,
even Duffner was a walk-on before he got scholarship status later on in his career as a junior.
So you hate to see somebody that could definitely afford the tuition possibly take a scholarship spot away from someone, maybe, coming from an area where they really need something like that. I don't know how I feel. I think it'd be really cool for the college. I think it'd be awesome. And I know that he would probably have a little bit of a help over there on the basketball team as well, but it's, maybe from just an appearance or recruiting standpoint, but I don't know how I feel about it yet. I gotta wait for a little bit more. What about you, Nate?
I'd just say, I mean, if he's good enough to earn a scholarship, if he's beating out the guys, if they're, I guess every college is different as far as trying out, getting a scholarship. But like, I mean, what if you've got a kid who comes from a ton of money? Are you just going to make him be a walk-on instead of a scholarship player because his family has a ton of money?
Yeah, but
if he's good enough to make the team,
no,
as a scholarship player,
I think that's like apples and oranges, because we're talking about a kid that's starting like his college career, starting life in general, and getting the college experience and that kind of stuff. I mean, J.R. Smith, he's had tons of experiences, like good and bad. And so,
but there's a guy, I can't think of his name. It escapes me. I want to say his last name's like Skins or something like that. He's like 39 years old, and he's had a lot of life experiences as well. And he just earned his PGA Tour card on the Korn Ferry Tour based off points this week. He clinched his tour card. So that doesn't bother me as much. And I think Nate raises a good point. There's golf is typically known as sort of like a aristocratic sport. It's typically, a country club sport. So most of your kids that are getting scholarships, they may not necessarily need it, so to speak. So, you know what? I may have changed my opinion. I don't know. But if he's good enough and it's not a publicity stunt, if he's better than the guys on the team, maybe it's not such a big deal. I don't know. I'm kind of.
I like the idea. I've like we've done with Dad Bod Golf Pod. I mean, grow the game, get people interested in it, let people know that it can be fun. It's not all stuck up and snooty like some people assume that it is. Right. So the fact that this guy's doing this, I love the idea. I think it's a great idea. So let them worry about the logistics. With him having the money, I just hate, and I honestly, seeing the interviews, I don't think he would ask for a scholarship. I think he's just asking for a spot on the team, and I think he's probably more than willing to pay. If he's not, the Ray Allens of the world, the people that convinced him are probably like, look, bro, I'll flip the bill. Don't take it away. Don't take it away from a kid. Don't take it away from an 18-year-old kid that may not have an opportunity to do this.
Yeah, and go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if the practice facility becomes the J.R. Smith practice facility for North Carolina. Yeah. Like, he's definitely getting something named after him on the golf side.
And that may be what they want. That may be why they give him a scholarship. It may be a handshake deal that says, look, we'll give you a scholarship because we may not have a lot of kids wanting to come here to play golf. If you can kind of give towards the endowment, next thing we know, we got a J.R. Smith, practice range or something of that nature.
Yeah, for sure. Hey guys, five.
So it's a great story. Great story.
Five handicap. Guys, can we go back? I mean, do we need to find some obscure college that's got a golf team? And
you're asking the wrong guy. I mean, I've
got eligibility left.
We could get there. Like, do you lose eligibility just if you went to college? Like you did and didn't play sport? Yeah, I think so.
Once you enroll, I think you're. Yeah.
My 3.5 years at Auburn was wasted.
3.5. Yeah, man, I put in like a 6-year deal.
Yeah, my dad wasn't. Told me he'd pay for 3.5 and that I would have to pay for anything else. So I take the extra class.
I took the extended route too. So I was redshirted. I need
to start using that with my parents when they throw it over my face. Look, I was redshirted. I was redshirted, and then guess what? Then I had maybe a little bit, on the side to drink.
Medical red shirt.
I got the medical red shirt the next year.
I was redshirted in the classroom, at the fraternity, at the bar.
Yeah.
All of it.
I was like, then all of a sudden I got all healthy and we got focused. I mean, that's how that works.
That's how it works. You hit that point where like
teams. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying you hit that point where it's like, okay, I got to get out of here. Let's get this thing done. What was it?
You guys want to know the other teams in the conference? The North Carolina A&T is in the Big South Conference. I think they just joined the Big South. I just did some last-minute research about 5 minutes before we started this. Campbell, Charleston Southern, Gardner-Webb, High Point, Longwood, Presbyterian College, Radford, USC, Upstate, and Winthrop are their compadres in the golf side of the conference. So some heavy hitters.
Yeah, some of those guys, basketball teams get paid to come get beat in the Southeastern Conference at the preseason all the time.
We play Winthrop Auburn plays Winthrop quite often, I feel like.
Yeah, Charleston Southern, I think I see them on the ticker every once in a while.
Presbyterian
baseball.
Baseball. You got Winthrop series. Baseball and basketball with Winthrop. So, yeah, we're very familiar with that conference.
So that's going to be some pretty that should, in theory, be some pretty good competition for an admitted 5 handicap. We'll see if he can. Will definitely be fun to follow, I think.
How awesome will it be, guys, if he stays more than like 1 year? Teams like that generally will come to like the Tiger Invitational too, that we'll host in Auburn, or we'll go to
that would be cool.
other collegiate tournaments like in Birmingham, like drive up and see him play. I mean, you got to, at that time, he'll be 36, 37 years old out there playing with a bunch of 18 through 22-year-olds. That's awesome.
No, that is awesome. They put some clips up of his swing. He can rip it. He can hit it a long way.
Yeah, he can hit it.
He's long. He's long. He can create some speed. So it'll be really fun to watch how that whole thing plays out. And it may seem easy to him, but I think he's going to run into some ballers out there, and it'll be interesting to see how he can compete. So, but we'll definitely be following and pulling for him.
And we still got to wait on the NCAA. He's got to get clearance before all this.
Yeah,
happens.
They feel pretty good about it. I think they feel pretty good about it going through the clearinghouse, like you said, because he went in the NBA. He was one of the last. I think he was the last class that could go straight to the NBA without going to college. So he has no ties to college right now whatsoever. So in theory, the way it works, as long as it's a different sport, he should be able to go back and have his 5 to play 4. So
you see football players do it with baseball all the time. Or, they'll come, or baseball players that will go back and be football players. Even Auburn right here has had a couple of guys that, something of that nature. So,
didn't Russell Wilson do something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Russell Wilson, Chris Winkie, John Elway. A lot of those guys went pro and then came back and went pro in baseball and then came back and played football. So,
Cord Sandberg
should our boy.
Papa Cord should be the same thing, I would think.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? One thing that we're 100% sure of, we may not be sure on J.R. Smith's golf career, but we're definitely sure on what we like to dress with on the course. And that is, check out Nate right now, head to toe, swannies.co. Get tricked out. Use coupon code DADBODGolfPod -25. Take 25% off your next order. The website's stocked, ready to go. You can even use the coupon on sale items. Just go load the cart up, babe. Go load the cart. Save a quarter, 25% off your order.
Don't hesitate to, if you see something you like,
get it.
Because I like the shirt that you had. It didn't come in an extra large, but if you click on a little thing, they say we will send you a note when it's available, and they still honor the discount.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So load it up. I mean, hey, listeners that, the guys been listening to this show, we're just buying stuff like crazy. So don't hesitate, or it could be gone. You have to wait till that thing restocks. So
yes.
They've got a little 3-shirt pack or something where it's like a surprise, and you can use the Dad Bod Golf Pod 25 on that pack.
Love
and
surprises.
You just get 3 shirts. You don't even know what they're going to be. You get 25% off all of them.
Yeah, they got the little boxes. You know how you can do that, like you're talking about
mystery boxes.
The mystery boxes.
Yeah,
and so you can do that. You can. I mean, they got a new line that came out with. They're getting colder pretty soon. They got the pullovers, new line of pullovers and quarter zips that you can get. So I highly suggest, because some of the quarter zips are already on sale, and you can get the extra 25%
all
off.
Seasons. Yep. Let's go. Living the dream. Let's go. All right, moving on.
Yes.
Talking playoffs. We're talking more playoffs. We got the Liberty National, I guess it's called the Northern Trust at Liberty National coming up.
Northern Trust, yep.
Yeah, the Northern Trust will be the top 25 or 125, top 125 in the FedEx Cup. And we kind of thought it would be fun to go through and look at, realistically, there could have been like, that 115 to 125. It could have gone either way. They could have been out. And then that 125 or 126 to 135, it could have gone either way, and they could have jumped in. So who do you hate that made it in 10 spots in, and who do you love that you wish could have been in? And Nate, I'll let you go first.
So at 116, this is kind of just out of nowhere, but my dad used to score at the Barberstall when we had that PGA Tour tournament here in Auburn or in Opelika. And Scott Piercy was in his group and just said, could not been a bigger butthole. Just treated all the volunteers like crap. Like everything was a bad break, a bad lie. Like the fairways weren't in good enough shape. The tee boxes weren't cut well enough. The green, I mean, just a complaint about everything. So Scott should have been nicer to my dad. You're out of there. Here.
Get out of here.
And the golden boy from down south, Camilo Villegas, still reading greens from the Spider-Man stance, slides in from, I think he was like 133, somewhere in there, 130. Camilo comes in. The showman, the most fit guy on tour. Welcome to the playoffs.
That's who you would switch out. All right, yep. I hear you.
Scott Piercy out, Camilo Villegas in.
Scott Piercy is he's somewhat of a not likable. He doesn't seem very likable at all.
Yeah, he's had some bad PR.
He's had some bad social media PR.
Bad tweets. Yep.
Yeah, and he's just not having a good time in the PR standpoint. So not a bad pick. Ben, what you got, man?
People are not gonna like this pick because I have a double pick on who I want out. And the reason I want them out is because if they luck up and make a push and move forward, I don't really want to be watching them in the finals because I have no earthly idea who they are and I had to look them up. Bryce Garnett is one. And then even when I saw his picture, I was like, yeah, I've never seen that guy play golf. Like, how did he get into this? And then the other one, and I don't know if it's Richie or Ricky. Werenski. Yes.
It's got to be Richie.
It's got to be Richie, I would think.
Yeah.
But he may go by Ricky. I don't know, but I want him. I looked at him, had no idea who that dude was either.
Hey, let's grow the game. But, if there's guys we haven't heard of, get them out of there.
Exactly.
I got to,
It's more from a fan standpoint, Nate, of like seeing like who you want on that final push when they make it to Atlanta. I don't want those guys in like the final 5 groups because I have no earthly idea who they are. Like Boo said in the last interview, they're not going to show them anyway. So we're not going to know, even if they're at like number 3, they're not going to show them. They're going to show somebody else. So get them out of there. And then my in, I was going to go with Ricky, but Ricky's in. Ricky made the top 50 money list. So he's going to get his. So he's in automatically, whether he actually has 2 chances to get in, Ricky Fowler. So it's either money list or this.
Interesting.
Into what?
Gets into the playoffs. I thought there's only 125 guys can be in there.
Are you talking about just for next year or just for the playoffs?
You said 126 to 135. You wanted in, right? That was our in. That was our in wish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got Ricky at 134 on this list.
Yeah, but I thought you said he was already in.
He is in. That's who I was gonna pick, but then I realized that he was already in. So the one I copied Nate. I wanted to go with Camilo just because he's got a comeback story. He had the sick kid. He had to take some time off from golf. And now he's making his way back. And so he's a good, feel good. And they will show him. If he makes it, they will show a lot of him.
They would.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure. All right. So mine's somewhat predictable, but who I want out. Kutcher, get out of there.
I knew that was gone. That's the whole
Matt
reason
Kutcher,
that's why I didn't.
Matt Kutcher, 120. Matt Kutcher, Kutcher, whatever. Get out of there.
Cheapo,
done, gone.
Cal Kutcher, get out of there. Yeah. Get out of there. We don't want to see Skechers. We don't want to see Skechers in the playoffs. Get Skechers out of the playoffs.
The guy who cheats at the Cal Cooter.
Yeah, you're a butthole. You don't tip your caddy. Get out of there. You came to the AE club, the Duffner Scramble. You hit way in front of all your teammates and left them and told them to come on. You didn't even let them hit. Get out of here, Kuchar.
Really?
We're done. Yeah.
I think $20,000 to play with Kuchar. I mean, imagine what a waste of money.
I'm sure he's a nice guy and all.
Yeah. Now, I love Matt. I love Matt. Don't get me wrong.
I love Georgia Tech.
Get him out of there.
I love that he's a Southerner, but he's out of here. I'm glad you said that because I had one written down that didn't fall in our category. Sabatini, same thing, out of here.
Yeah.
Even though he was up
he's
on
like
the list
from a different country now.
Well, hey, I'm about to blow y'all's mind because at 133, Rory Sabatini, I want him in because he is a walking storyline. Bring him in. He's going to tick somebody off. He's going to do something that's going to get social media fired up. He's going to cuss somebody out. He's going to give somebody a stink eye. He is a storyline, regardless if he's just a complete turd. I want him in there. I want him just rustling jimmies all day long. I want him just to be a complete rustler. Get him in. Rory Sabatini, the best Slovak golfer in the history of the world. Get him back in. The silver medal.
Was he the only Slovak golfer that was in the Olympics, or did they have another teammate?
There's no golf courses in Slovakia, I think.
He's from South Africa. He changed his. Yes, he married that. Okay, just making sure that we're on the same page there.
He's from South Africa. He has a United Kingdom passport, so he doesn't even have the South African passport.
Lives in
a
America.
Slovakian passport. Lives in Florida and is playing for Slovakia.
And got a medal.
Like the guy doesn't know who he is.
Hey, you got to work the system. Everybody's under the same rules. You can all marry whoever you want to marry. Do what you got to do. Get in there. All you got to do is get a chance. All Rory needed was a chance, and he brought home the silver to his home country of Slovakia.
I got to Google while
that medal.
We're
never
talking. I also have to
never cross the lines.
No, There's no way that the president of Slovakia, if there is such thing, is ever going to see that silver medal.
Never.
Rory may never see Slovakia. He may never go.
Other than maybe for like a family reunion or something like that. I doubt he's ever going to see it either.
What are you doing this weekend? A family reunion in Czechoslovakia?
Yeah. We're going to have a Slovak cookout in Slovakia. I just don't see that happening. No, bring me Rory. Give me Rory Sabatini for storylines. I want him in there. Let's go.
And now I'm even more mad because I just Googled his wife.
She smoked. I bet she's
like a supermodel.
Of course.
Of course. This dude has just played the system. Whatever.
Props,
that's fine.
Man. Props. Hey, no,
silver medal with a 25-year-old wife.
You can't hate the player. You got to hate the game. Hate the game.
That's from 6 different countries, and he decided to pick one to play. Whatever.
So Nate has been like really researching this, how the rest of the playoff works out, and especially for the Korn Ferry Tour. And there's some big implications. The Korn Ferry Tour playoff kind of kicks into high gear at the same point in time. I think, if I'm not mistaken, their playoffs start and they take their top 75 in points. And then Nate, to fill that field, what do? They take some of the PGA Tour guys and bring them down. How does that work?
Yeah, they 126 through 200 from the FedEx Cup points, which obviously some of those guys won't play. Like some of the guys who were outside of the top 125 still have exemptions. Ricky, Justin Rose, any guys who have won a major, have won a WGC. There's actually an interesting line. Ryan Moore is 144, I believe, on the FedEx Cup points. Now he can do a 1-year exemption because he's in the top 50 in career earnings. So he can give himself a 1-year exemption. Jim Furyk and Hunter Mahan did that this past year, but that's it. He gets 1 more year and then he uses that up. But yeah, you got top 75 from the Korn Ferry. The top 25 guys from the Korn Ferry already got their cards, but they'll continue to compete in the Korn Ferry finals with 126 through 200 from the FedEx, from the PGA Tour FedEx. And then the top 25 of those 3 events, the Korn Ferry finals, which is a combined, I guess, 150 guys total, there'll be 25 more cards available.
So you got 50 PGA Tour cards up for grabs. Well, really, there's already
but really 20, only 20.
25,
yeah, there's only 25.
25
the top
have
25 have made it. Yeah.
Right. The top 25 have already made it. And then you're taking 1 through 75 and on the Korn Ferry, and then 126 through 200 off the PGA Tour. And they're going to go at it for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
25 more PGA Tour cards.
Right. And then there's a rank, like a priority list So like the number one guy in the Korn Ferry Finals will have number one priority. That would be for like a WGC first alternate or a major championship first alternate. You know, they don't get into every single tournament. So they're trying to get high up on that priority list as they can to get into some of those higher level ones.
And priority is a big time too, because that's what's like when you build your status, that's what keeps guys like Ricky still able to play, because their status has been built up that even though they're not playing well, and they still have opportunities, like seasons left to kind of earn their way back up. But Ricky's got to put the pedal to the metal. Like he's got to start making it happen. Bad showing this week.
There was a pro that was quoted though, Kyle, about like the Rickies of the world, the Tommy Fleetwoods of the world. I'm kind of going down some of the lists here. Even though Ryan Moore had been without a sponsor for a while, so he's not one of these. The Danny Willets of the world, even Duffner, as popular as they're going to still get exemptions even if they don't make it because of sponsor exemptions, and they already have because of their popularity. I mean, with Duffner, you get to say we have a major winner in the field, so somebody's going to probably, give him some sort of sponsorship exemption if he doesn't finish in that top 25 in the next 3 tournaments. So some of them have their popularity will help them in the next couple of years, whether or not they are able to finish in that top 25. So there's a whole lot more on the line for the Korn Ferry guys, number one, that are trying to get their card. And number two, like I was talking about with Bryson and Richie, the no-name pros that are dropping out, that nobody knows who sponsors them or what they do. So because it's not going to be easy for them to call up Titleist or call up Puma or call up FootJoy and say,
get sponsors exemptions.
Say, hey man, I need a hand this weekend. I really like this course. I can get in. That it ain't going to work for those guys. It'll work for the Rickies and the Duffs and the Furics. But even Hunter Mahan, he's probably lost that luster. He was one that back during the Golf Boys days, and they gave him his own logo, like on like Under Armour hats and stuff. Cause that was he's lost his luster. Like people they see him now and they're like, oh yeah, that's right. That was Hunter Mahan.
That was that guy that made that putt in the Ryder Cup that one time.
Yeah. That was that guy that made that putt.
One guy, that one putt.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's
go
cool.
ahead.
Like something you see outside of the scope of watching golf tournaments. Like I was caddying for that in a Monday qualifier. I used to be at our club for the Barbasol. And like on the 3rd hole, Duffy Waldorf, who you got to be kind of a golf fanatic to remember him. But he got in. He was trying to Monday qualify. 3rd hole of the Monday qualifier. They come out on a cart and they're like, hey, you got in this. You're the next alternate up. And there's this weird science to it. There's this whole list of guys with different priority, and some guys decide not to play, and it's cool. They just came and picked him up. He's like, yeah, I'm out of here, sayonara. And they took him out to RTJ.
So like he left like mid round.
He left 3 holes into the Monday qualifier because he got into the tournament.
That's
so
awesome.
Came and picked him. They were like, you ain't got it. They're like, do you want to finish? And he's like, no chance.
Nah.
It's July. Like I'm going to the hotel.
I'm going to get in that AC.
Yeah.
Look at his build. Duffy's not going to finish that. No, there's no chance.
No chance.
That's
big
pretty
dad
cool.
That's pretty big dad bod guy.
Duffy's a dad bod guy. We got to get Duffy on. Duffy should be attainable. Duffy should be attainable for sure. So Liberty National, what a cool looking golf course. I mean, you're literally on the water. You got the Statue of Liberty in the background.
Yes.
I think did they not have the President's Cup there, or they've had something there recently?
Did Tiger not have his tournament there?
No,
that was a big Tiger. There was a big Tiger deal around that. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Like a 4th of July tournament, Memorial Day tournament or something. They'd have like the guys with the flag standing out in the fairway and all kinds of stuff.
No, he does that in DC. That's them. Yeah, he does
DC.
That. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Congressional.
Just really missed that one, Nate. Yeah.
Yeah. So
all right.
cool.
We're Southerners. Everybody above the Mason-Dixon lines, like they're just Yankees. So
New
I
York?
Get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in New York.
It's somewhere up in New York. Yeah. Liberty National. So be on the lookout for that. From here after this weekend, the top 70. So it's only going to be 70 that move on to the next round. And I guess everybody else goes to the house and chills. So it should be a pretty good one.
I'm interested in the crowd. This is a rowdy crowd. This is the same crowd that goes to like Bethpage Black. That same crowd that has cheered Phil on and loves the people like the Phils of the world, the Tigers of the world. The Brooks and DeChambeau rivalry this weekend. People are going to get kicked out. Brooks is going to have to come up with more Michelob Ultra to be able to send to people, because people are going to get kicked out of this tournament. Because this is in Jersey. This is not in New York. It's actually it's on the Jersey side. And this is going to get rowdy. Like
Jersey City.
There are other pros that have already been quoted as saying, I'm hoping I don't get paired with one of them because it's going to get nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Like they already know.
They will eat Bryson alive, 100%. Like, get ready for it.
He's got to learn to tune that out, man, because they're going to be the type. This is going to be the crowd that as soon as it bothers him once, they are going to follow him all 18 holes for the first 2 days where he
just
won't
like they did with Sergio. Like they did with Sergio, they will just pound him. The only thing Bryson has on his side, and this is kind of dark, but the only thing Bryson has on his side is COVID. That's it. Maybe they'll like restrict. New York can get kind of tight on events and things like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the only thing that he's got in his on his side right now, because New York.
Yeah, but does he? What if they limit it? Then it's going to be so much easier to hear him when they follow him. If you got like 5 guys chirping him the entire round,
but it's easy to pick them out. It's easy to pick them out and get them out of there. Point. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be fun. There'll be a lot of takes from here on out. We may do some daily fantasy lineups. Throw that out there for everybody to see. Just go ahead and put ourselves out there so we can have more content to rip each other apart with later. So anyways, hey guys, appreciate it again. Episode 24. Just happy to be here. Happy to be here. Happy to still keep going. This is a lot of fun. Y'all check us out on all of social media. Dad Bod Golf Pod on Facebook now, Instagram, Twitter,
Attaboy, Nate, getting that Facebook going, man. That's been popular. We get like every time I look down, we're getting like notifications of new likes. So that's big.
Yes.
So
yes, that's big.
We need to tell all those people they need to go to Sweet Rolls too. Sweet Rolls with
Sweet Rolls Golf.
SweetRollsGolf.com. DadBod20. You get your 20% off.
Get you a sweet putter grip. Look good, feel good, stroke good.
You coordinate.
Coordinate your hats and your putter grips. Yeah.
Yes.
Color coordination.
I did something special today. I actually wore shorts for the.
Oh, look at that thigh.
Man, that's way too much leg.
That is excellent. That was
goodness gracious. Kidding me?
You can't find it. What did Ben say yesterday? That was for the women.
You can't. Yeah, that was for the women.
That was for the ladies.
You can't find those little legs.
Where's Popeyes? My wife? Stay in the room, sweetheart.
Yeah. Mine's already checked out. Man, those thighs, goodness gracious. That Popeyes has got thicker thighs than that, brother.
Hey, gotta show it. Hey, skies out, thighs out.
Look at him.
That's his brand. Lifestyle. I love it. He's a
stud. I love it too.
Hey,
smash all day. Hey, follow us, subscribe on the Apple Podcast app. Yes. Leave us a review, 5-star ratings. All that kind of stuff helps us in search rankings, helps people be able to find a good golf podcast. And like I said, leave a good one and we'll read it out loud. We've done it and we will continue to do it. We appreciate it. Check us out tomorrow for episode 25, Dad Bod Golf Pod.
Always stroking.